Hey, this is Grim. Welcome back to another video, guys. I am sorry that I have not uploaded in 2 weeks. The weather has not been cooperating. It has foiled all of my plans for all of the videos that I had planned to shoot. And the one problem with being an automotive YouTube channel is that, you know, while you're in the car quite a bit, you still have to be outside. And sometimes things don't work out when the rain is in the air. So I haven't been able to shoot the videos I've been wanting to shoot because of the weather, which sucks, and I'm sorry that it has been 2 weeks now since I last uploaded. It's bad. I have no excuses. But I do have videos on the way. I do have videos planned. And as soon as the weather cooperates and as soon as I can get things ironed out, there will be more content, and it will be on a regular basis as best I can. But I do shoot 2 videos a week for the 2 videos to upload a week. So if something happens and I get behind, unfortunately it impacts the channel and I am not able to upload because of it. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, I figure it's time for story time, because this is a story that I wanted to tell you guys about, but I haven't had the chance to. I was going to tell this on the podcast, but we have not had the chance to shoot the podcast. Okay, so all about our HyperFest trip, right? I'm past due telling this story, but it's a funny one nonetheless. So where to begin? We'll start with the beginning. So obviously we don't have our own trailer, right? So we needed to rent one. I would suggest using a big name trailer rental company, because we did not. We used a kind of a local business that rents out trailers. Their pictures online made the trailers look really nice, and when we showed up in person, they were not great, but their rates weren't terrible, so we figured, hey, we'll go for it. And then when we're leaving with the trailer, we realize there's a big bolt sticking out of one of these trailer tires, and we're like, oh, great. So the guys, they go ahead and patch it right there. And I think we were just so ready to get out and get on the road that I didn't really think it through. But I was like, that patch is not gonna hold up. Like, that's not a good idea. That's not a proper patch. This is gonna fall out and start leaking or whatever. So, naturally, 2 hours down the road, it does. It starts leaking. So we pull over. The trailer gets all like sway and stuff, and we're like, okay, something's wrong. We pull over, and the tire is nearly flat. Great. So we call the trailer place, and they're like, okay, just take it to his tire shop, get it patched. We'll pay for the patch and everything. So we do that. We sit there for an hour and a half waiting for the tire to be patched, because apparently that's when everyone else decided to show up with tire problems too. Great. So we're like an hour and a half behind schedule. So we get back on the road after the trailer's been patched. And then when about 2.5 hours later, the same thing starts happening again. We're like, oh, great. The patch didn't hold. And we pull over, we check tire pressure. The tires are fine. And we're like, what the heck's going on? So we walk around to the opposite side of the trailer, and guess what? The opposite tire is now flat. And we're like, oh. And we realized that there was a pre-existing patch on it already, and we took a picture and we showed it to the guys. We got our money back, but I had to go buy a patch kit from the gas station, the same kind that they used at the store. And I basically just used all of the cement that those little patch kits come with to glue up this hole. And I like crammed a bunch of those plugs in it. And luckily that held for the whole rest of the weekend, which is, that's pretty impressive, I guess. But yeah, so the tires are good. We're nearing North Carolina, where we're staying for the night, and it starts to just pour down rain. And we're like, oh, this is awesome. Rain. And, lucky enough, the rain continues into the next day. So we drive down to the track. It stops raining when we're on the way to the track. So at least our drive to the track was nice. But then you know, about an hour later, it's just pouring rain again, and it just rains all day long, all day. Which is great because we had a set of rain tires shipped to VIR to pick up because we knew it was gonna rain. The rain wasn't a surprise to us. The amount of rain was a surprise to us, but the rain wasn't a surprise to us. So we borrow our friend's pickup truck to go pick up these tires from the administration building at the track, and we naturally get completely soaked doing this, and we drop off the tires at the little tire stand that puts the tires on your wheels for you at the track, which is a nice service. So we go and pick up the tires, and because we have to run through the pouring rain to grab these things and like take a couple of trips back and forth to the truck, we just get completely soaked to the bone. So that was fun, getting completely soaked. Oh gosh. And then the rest of that day was pretty good. The racing got canceled though, which was unfortunate, but we weren't driving that day, so it was fine. But the track flooded, and it totally screwed up the schedule for the rest of the weekend because of this. Because they were trying to cram stuff from Friday evening into Saturday and Sunday, and it just messed everything up. All the events were all way off and everything, so that was a lot of fun. But yeah, it just rains Friday, it rains all day Saturday. It didn't flood the track on Saturday, but it still rained all day. Well, it rained half the day on Saturday, and then we bought the rain tires, and then we didn't end up needing to use them, which was silly because it wasn't raining when the race rolled around. But I guess it's better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them, right? And then on Saturday, it was beautifully sunny outside, but it was humid and hot as all heck. So it wasn't very comfortable to be outside that day. And then we came home. So I don't know that I would go again. We had a lot of fun with friends, and it was a good time. We had a good time with it. We enjoyed ourselves. So that's really what matters most in the end, anyways. So HyperFest, if you live nearby, I would suggest checking it out. It's at Virginia International Raceway. If you live in Georgia like we do, don't think I would suggest making that trip, especially not if you're going to use a trailer with 2 flat tires. It's not worth it. Not at all. But it was fun. And I had media credentials, which meant that I didn't have to buy a ticket, which is really nice. Really nice. And I did make a video. If you want to check that out, it will be up here. So, alright, that wraps up story time for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I promise it's coming soon. It will not be 2 more weeks before the next video shows up. But as always, guys, leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell button, make sure you get those notifications, and as always, take it easy.